Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. Today we've got the real-world highway fuel economy test of the 2021 Mercedes-Benz GLA 250 4Matic. We're going to head out on the highway, do 50 miles out, 50 miles back, averaging 70 miles per hour to get a realistic highway fuel economy number for this super compact crossover. Before we get started, let's hop out, take a quick look at it. I swear to you all, this thing was clean yesterday. These roads are brutal. You're in late winter, warm winter, southeastern Michigan. But the GLA 250, redesigned for 2021, making it look like an eensy-weensy version of the Mercedes SUVs you all know and love. Packing a 2-liter turbo and all-wheel drive, let's see what it can do out on the highway. If you want to see more on the GLA 250, check the links in the description for our full review, as well as a review of this base audio system, which I still don't know how many speakers it has. We gotta figure that out. So why do we do this test? Well, the EPA Highway Fuel Economy Test, which gives this GLA 250 33 miles per gallon, that test only averages 48 miles per hour. And we know there are plenty of people who go out and take their vehicles on long, steady-state, high-speed road trips. We'd like to know what sort of numbers they can realistically expect in the real world. So to do that, we're going to head over to the pump, fill up, head out, and do 100 miles, come back, fill up at the same pump with the same fueling method, get ourselves a mile per gallon result. A few things to note for today. Outside temperature, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Tire pressures have been set to their door placard. 38 front, 34 rear PSI. We are going to be running premium fuel because that is what the GLA 250 needs. Let's get out and fill it up. We're filling up using the 3-click fueling method, which means we let it go high flow until it clicked, waited 10 seconds, letting it go, filled it up using low flow until it clicked again, waited another 10 seconds, one last low flow until we get that final click, make sure it all gets in there, and pull it out. 1.7 gallons going in for the first fill. Before we actually start the engine, we're going to reset all of our trip meter, average fuel economy, that sort of deal. Reset our GPS. We've got the climate control set to 73 degrees auto. And we are going to put the car in eco drive mode. There's also comfort, sport, and individual. All right, we're ready to roll. We're going to drive nice and easy to the highway. It's about half a mile. Pick up the test from there. The goal of this test is not to hypermile, but rather to get a realistic fuel economy average. So we're going to get up to speed at a moderate pace. Set our cruise control at a GPS indicated 72 miles per hour. Looks like the car speedometer and the GPS are almost dead on. Wow, I've never seen a speedometer that accurate compared to our GPS. That's impressive. Another thing I need to mention, this car is running winter tires. It's got Dunlop snow something or other BS winter tire on it. So that will have a negative effect on rolling resistance and therefore fuel economy. So keep that in mind, and if we do get another GLA 250 in on normal tires, we will run this test again. One other thing to note, there is a decently strong headwind today, wind coming right out of the west, but because we run this test in exactly the opposite direction coming back, hopefully it should balance itself out by the end. Either way, we're up here at 72 miles per hour. Oh, look at that cool green turbocharged Beetle. Pretty cool. Anyway, we're going to head on with the rest of the test and catch up with you at the end. In the meantime, feel free to enjoy this time lapse the entire trip. Coming into the end of the highway fuel economy test here in the 2021 Mercedes GLA 250. Pretty darn good. As I said at the beginning, we had a strong headwind, but coming back, we've made up a good amount of fuel economy, and according to the car's readout, we're getting 32.2 miles per gallon, and I expect that to jump up above 32.5 here in a minute because it kind of moves in increments. And we've been going downhill, going with the wind. It's been a good, smooth test. Average speed has been 70 miles per hour. Now, if we could just make our way around all these semi-trucks, we'd be in good shape. In fact, I'm gonna have to dip back in here. One thing super interesting with the GLA 250 that I've never seen before in a car, I am convinced that it uses GPS to measure its tripometer as well as its speed, because it is dead on accurate. Now, I didn't reset the actual car's tripometer, I just reset this sort of trip averager, this fuel economy from start and from reset screen. So it doesn't show the tenths of a mile, but shows the whole mile, and as soon as this clicks over to 102, the GPS is going to click over to 102. I'm talking dead accurate. If you look at the speeds, they're nearly mirrored. I mean, they're very, very close. I've never seen a car be dead on with our total mileage before. So that's pretty neat. I've always wondered why cars don't use GPSs to, if not always calculate the trip readout, at least calibrate. What seems like would make sense if they just, every time the car's traveled for more than 10 miles, calibrate the speedometer with GPS to make it line up. Then it wouldn't matter what size tires you have on, anything like that, it would always be accurate. So here we are, we're at 101.9 on the GPS. I'm not gonna be able to look at both at the same time. 102, 102, it just switched. They're dead on. That's so cool. Anyway, we're gonna head back to the pump here, fill up at the same pump using the same 3-click fueling method, get ourselves a result. Highway comfort was good. I'm still comfortable in the seat. This thing's relatively quiet. As subcompact luxury crossovers go, this one's quite good. 3.105 going in. 102.2 divided by 3.105 is giving us 32.9 miles per gallon, rounding up to 33, which is exactly what the EPA says you'll get. And this was with winter tires. We do know the GLA 4Matic has a 12.7 gallon fuel tank, so 12.7 times 33 gallons gives us a highway cruising range of about 400 and well, we're gonna round down to be safe, 410 miles. And that's pretty darn good with the winter tires and a headwind. I will say German cars do tend to exceed their EPA estimates for higher speed running on this test, but still good to see nonetheless. So if you'd like to see more on the GLA 250 4Matic, check the links in the description for our sound system test and our full review, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.